Let's talk about ramen. No, not the $12 artisan ball with a 7-minute egg and shaved truffle foam. We mean the real MVP, the 39 cents a pack boiling 3 minutes sodium slap you in the face type. Yeah, that one. It's cheap, it's everywhere, and it's comforting as heck. But have you ever wondered why we're so hooked on this humble noodle brick? Let's break it down. Ramen hits two primal cravings we all share: instant gratification and a warm, carby comfort. You're stressed, ramen. You're broke, ramen. You just ghosted someone and need a hug in a bowl, ramen. It's the food equivalent of binge watching your favorite childhood cartoon in fuzzy pajamas. But ramen's success story isn't just flavor and feels, it's logistic. Ramen is affordable, stockable, and literally everywhere. From Tokyo train stations to gas stations in Texas, it's food globalization without the guilt trip. However, psychologically, it taps into nostalgia. For many, it's tied to childhood, to simpler times, right? Of college students who definitely aren't getting enough fiber. But not all ramen loves you back. Let's talk about Buldak, the spicy fire noodles that dared your taste buds to fight and won. Yes, the ones famous for their nuclear level heat. And unfortunately, a California preposition 65 cancer warning on the label. Yep, you heard that right. Your ramen is throwing hands and maybe tumors. So what's behind the label? An ingredient called propylene glycol, used to retain moisture in the noodles. It's also found in frosting and some commercial ice creams, because apparently nothing says dessert like industrial grade antifreeze vibe. That's right. So the real question is your spicy noodle fix worth the risk? And how can you tell which instant noodles are safe to slurp and which ones are playing dirty? Stick around, we are unpacking labels, naming names, and finding out what's really lurking inside your late night snack drawer. Alright, so now that we have survived the existential crisis brought on by the flaming hot cancer warning, let's move on to what else is hiding in your instant ramen pack. It's not just noodles, love, and the tears of broke college students. Let's decode what's really inside that shiny little packet of joy and what makes it last longer than your last situationship. The science of preservation. Ever wondered how that block of noodles has the shelf life of a cockroach in a fallout shelter? Two words: dehydration and preservatives. Instant ramen is flash fried or air dried to suck out moisture, the enemy of shelf life. Then comes the chemical cavalry, TBHQ. That's tertiary but hydroquinone. For the three people who ask, a petroleum-derived preservative that keeps the oil in your noodles from going rancid. It is approved by the FDA, of course, yes, but is it something you want to eat every day? Let's just say your intestines might respectfully decline. Now, let's talk about the big bad flavor villain of the last century, MSG, monosodium glutamate. Remember when people blame MSG for everything from headaches to failed marriages? Well, science finally stepped in and said, calm down, Karen. MSG is a naturally occurring amino acid that boosts umami. It's FDA approved, and spoiler alert, it's in a lot of your favorite foods, from Doritos to salad dressing. So the MSG panic, more fiction than fact. Unless you're allergic, of course, it's not the villain. It's the flavor MVP. But here is where things do get salty literally. The sodium content in one packet of ramen can be as high as 1,800 milligrams. To put that in perspective, the American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams per day. So yes, your lunch does add up 78% of your salt allowance. And no, drinking a gallon of water after doesn't undo the damage. Nice try though. Let's start with the obvious. Nutritional voids. Sure, ramen has calories, but so does a spoonful of lard. What it doesn't have is what your body actually needs. Like fiber, no. Protein, barely. Vitamins and minerals like iron, potassium, or magnesium, well, try again. Unless you are topping it up with kale, eggs, tofu, and a multivitamin. Your ramen bowl is basically a warm, salty bowl of nothing. Instant ramen is mostly made of refined white flour, which your body digests really fast. This causes your blood sugar to spike like a rocket and then crash harder than your Wi-Fi on a Zoom call day. The result, instant energy, followed by brain fog, fatigue, and a sudden desire to nap under your desk. Pair that with the lack of fiber or protein, and you have got a recipe for energy chaos. Let's be clear, eating ramen occasionally won't kill you, but making it your daily go-to? Possible contribution to heart disease and type 2 diabetes? Still need to look in more to that, and even hormonal disruptions due to some of the chemical preservatives and flavor enhancers in the packet. Plus, remember your friend propylene glycol. But sure, tell yourself it's fine because you only eat the spicy kind. Think again. So here are some of the brands that were recalled and the reason they were. Samyang Buldak was recalled in Denmark in 2024. It was not for a contamination, not an allergy, just too spicy. Sun Noodles S&S Cup same in USA 2024. Just an allergy alert. Okay, so we have roasted ramen a bit, talk about preservatives, sodium levels, and how it basically ghosted your immune system. We are not here to cancel ramen. We are here to glow it up. That's right, add an egg, instant protein. Toss in some spinach, broccoli, mushrooms. You have got fiber, antioxidants, and actual vitamins. Canned beans, tofu, or shredded chicken. Boom, a balanced meal. You don't need to be a chef. Just toss in a few extras and suddenly you are not just eating ramen, you are eating like someone who got some sense. You don't need the entire sodium grenade that comes in the seasoning packet. Try this instead. Use half the flavor packet or ditch it all together and sub in some low sodium broth. Spice it up with garlic, ginger, chili flakes, sesame oil, or even a dash of coconut aminos like coconut milk. Your taste buds will be happy. Your blood pressure even happier. Ramen's not the villain, is overdoing it. Enjoy it once in a while. Make it a fun, upgraded meal, not your entire food pyramid. Think of ramen like an ex who was fun in small doses, but chaotic if you let them move in. The key empowerment is knowing what's in your food, reading those labels, and choosing options that fuel your body, not just fill it. You are not just eating, you're building habits, and ramen, it can be a part of the plan if you do it right. If you think you have learned something new, hit that like button, ring that notification bell, and subscribe so that you can get all these new wonderful videos each week. This was your ultimate Ramen Glow-Up. See you on the next one. I'm Lifestyle Country Mom, checking out. Ta-ta.